Greetings, Earthlings. Welcome to another awesome episode of Urban Nerd Weekly.
Today is September 18th.
And it's episode 1 of season 4. Thanks for coming back, you guys. On today's Nerd News Update,
we'll be talking about storming Area 51 on September the 20th.
Tekashi 6ix9ine's manager goes to jail and cries during his sentencing. And today, Tekashi took to the stand to give his full testimony.
Purdue Pharma files for bankruptcy.
After being told they have to fork over 10 to 20 billion, the iPhone 11 dropped and everyone's going apeshit as usual.
We have all that and more, so tune in.
Nerd out to today's episode of Urban Nerd Weekly.
Hey, it's your boy Spaceship Man. I got a new podcast out I want y'all to subscribe to, bruh. It's called Urban Nerd Weekly, available on iTunes, SoundCloud, and Google Play Music. My
back up in the shit. How you snacking, couple beats? I'm about to hit the stick, so go and follow me on Twitch. Now watch me crank that herb. Now watch me crank that herb. Watch me crank that herb. Now watch me crank that herb. Spaceship back up in.
Yeah, what's happening? What's trending? Hey guys, welcome back to season 4, man. I'm so glad you guys decided to tune in and nerd out with me once again. We are back for season 4, as you may have heard. Nano Kitty is in the studio with us today. She will be rejoining us later on in the podcast. But as usual, we got to get down to business. First things first, I want to let y'all guys know about my latest parody song. It's called Walked In. It's a parody to Bankroll Fresh, late rapper Bankroll Fresh. Rest in peace. Song Walked In, his platinum hit Walked In. So make sure you guys check out that parody on my SoundCloud page, soundcloud.com/SpaceWasHere. Also, I want to let you guys know about my new YouTube video vlog coming out. Actually, it's already out. It's called Scrub No More. Make sure you guys head on over to my YouTube page to check that video out. Let y'all know we resided on these virtual streets on this digital block. Y'all could catch us at Urban Nerd Weekly both on Facebook and Instagram. Make sure you hit the like and follow button respectively. You can find me personally, Space Was Here, at Space Was Here. At Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, that's SPAYCEWUZHERE. And if you add a .com to that is how you get to my trusty website where you can sign up for the mailing list so you can be the first people to get the free merch like Xbox gift cards, PlayStation gift cards, Apple gift cards, not Xbox, I already said Xbox, what's the other? Google Play cards, all kinds of good shit. So make sure y'all log in there and sign up for the mail list. All you gotta do is put your email in and hit that enter button and boom, you're done. That's all you gotta do. Make sure you guys subscribe to the show on all podcasting platforms if you haven't already, and if it's the first time, I hope that you'd like to subscribe to the show, whichever your preferred platform being Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Spreaker, TuneIn, or whatever have you. We are on all podcasting platforms except iHeartRadio and Spotify, which we're working on that. I thought we was gonna have it ready for the beginning of season 1, but I ain't been able to make that move work yet, so it's a work in progress. But stay tuned, we're gonna be on there real soon. But also, just wanted to remind you guys about all that stuff. We're going to get right on into things with today's digital download. In the video game section, we got AI, the Somnium Files on PlayStation 4, Switch, and PC. Already came out on September the 17th. We got Groundhog Day, Like Father, Like Son, available on PlayStation VR, on Rift and Vive, or View. I don't know how you pronounce that, but that's probably one of them streaming video game services or some shit like that. Also available already on as of yesterday, September 17th. We got Overload available on Switch, PC, and Mac, and we got some Tomorrow Wild Hearts available on PlayStation 4 and the Switch. Both of those games are available tomorrow, September the 19th. We got Ni no Come, Wrath of the White Witch remastered on PlayStation 4, Switch, and PC. We got Legend of Zelda, Link's Awakening available on Switch, and The Sojourn on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. And all 3 of those games will be available on Friday, September the 20th. Unless, all the people that want to download it are trying to storm Area 51. In the music section, we got Charlie Heat with an album called Fireworks available tomorrow, September the 19th. We got Pete Rock and Skyzo, Retro Politician, as well. Oh, and that will be available September the 20th. In the movie section, we got Ad Astra, Downton Abbey, Rambo Last Blood, and all 3 of those movies will be out in theaters on Friday, September the 20th. And that's all for today's Nerd News Update. That's all for today's digital download. Now time to get into today's Nerd News Update. one of the biggest, hottest stories right now is Tekashi 6ix9ine. If you don't remember, the rainbow-colored hair rapper that claimed blood affiliation, that came out with hit songs such as Gummo and Stupid, as well as Fifi featuring Nicki Minaj, that has at this point now gone 8 times platinum, if you hadn't heard yet. All this while Tekashi 6ix9ine is behind bars and Nicki Minaj is busy retiring. So much has happened since the last episode of Urban Nerd Weekly. There's so much we're going to talk about over the next couple of episodes, because I got to stretch this shit all the way out in order to get the full depth of all this shit. However, Tekashi's manager, 6ix9ine's manager, Shotty, he was sentenced a few days ago, and he cried during his sentencing because he was sentenced to 15 years, which is some, that's some motherfucking time, bro. That's some years, like, I can't even imagine, my nigga, how I would react to 15 fucking years. I don't care who you are. That's a long ass lot of time. However, as of the recording of today's episode, Tekashi has had his first day in court, in which, because if you hadn't heard, as soon as all the rage of Tekashi 6ix9ine as his fame got to its height, he was arrested by feds in connection with gang activity under the RICO Act, and turned snitch pretty much the second day they had him in custody. He fired his whole team, and basically he turned snitch. And I mean, what the fuck am I supposed to say? What do I call that shit? As far as I know, you on some gangster shit. That's one of the things that you're not supposed to do and shit. However, as reported by the New York Times today, Tekashi 6ix9ine drops the facade in court, and it's just Daniel Hernandez. In an article by Ali Watkins, published on September the 18th today, for the entirety of this brief meteoric rise, the rapper known as Tekashi 6ix9ine, or 6ix9ine, fashioned himself as a recalcitrant hellion. Bitch, who the fuck told you to use the big ass words? Intent on instigating conflict for his own sake. He baited law enforcement on social media with guns and money. He live streamed himself in bed with other rappers' girlfriends. But on Wednesday, in a federal courtroom in Manhattan, the 6ix9ine persona vanished. In his place was considerate, cordial Daniel Hernandez, the Dr. Jekyll to 6ix9ine's Mr. Hyde. He was there for a purpose his alter ego probably never first saw. To testify against his former crew, the 9 Trey Gangsta Bloods. Excuse me. On trial are 2 of Mr. Hernandez's former confidants, including Anthony Ellison, an alleged high-ranking member of the 9 Trey gang who once served as Mr. Hernandez's bodyguard. Mr. Hernandez's turn as a star witness for the federal government is a stunning twist in his career. For hours on Wednesday, the Instagram star sat on the witness stand and eagerly detailed the inner workings of the notoriously insular 9 Trey gang. The contrast between the boisterous rapper seen on social media and the man on the stand was stark. When Mr. Hernandez was relaxed, sometimes leaning against the judge's dais as he walked the jury through gang life. Like, what the fuck? Is this a fucking ABC, a goddamn History Channel special or some shit? He embraced 9 Trey in 2017, he said, after the gang helped propel his multi-platinum breakout single, Gummo. The music video for that track, which featured members of 9 Trey, went viral instantly. I knew the formula was to repeat it, Mr. Hernandez said, the gang image, like promote it. He sketched out how 9 Trey's hierarchy is detailed in court, listing his leadership by name. Fuck, he is dropping dimes. He paused frequently to translate street slang for the jury and described several of the gang's attacks at length, including one instance in which they stalked and assaulted another rapper, Trippie Redd. At one point, Mr. Hernandez listed the gang affiliations of other rappers. Several times, Mr. Hernandez imitated the voice of 9 Trey members and acted out conversations he had previously had with them. He launched into unprompted asides so specific, his choice of jacket during one particular gang episode, for example, that prosecutors had to refocus him. His resolve appeared to falter briefly when he recounted his alleged kidnapping last July by Mr. Ellison, an incident that Mr. Hernandez said stemmed from infighting within 9 Trey over who in the gang's hierarchy would control his music career. I had mad thoughts running through my head, he said. On Wednesday, his voice growing quiet as he described being held hostage inside a vehicle in Brooklyn. The incident, which was widely publicized at the time, was the beginning of Mr. Hernandez's uncoupling with 9 Trey. I was tired of being extorted, he said on Wednesday. 4 months later, Mr. Hernandez publicly renounced his former manager, Kifano Jordan, aka Shotty, Mr. Ellison, and the 9 Trey gang. A few days later, law enforcement officials arrested them and a host of others suspected them being 9 Trey members. Within 24 motherfucking hours, Mr. Hernandez had cut a deal with prosecutors who, in return for his cooperation, agreed to lobby the judge to reduce his sentence. Wednesday's trial is part of a sweeping racketeering and firearms case that prosecutors brought against the 9 Trey gang last November. Mr. Hernandez's testimony has provided a rare window into the intersection of gangs and rap. 2 notoriously guarded worlds that have all but explicitly disowned Mr. Hernandez in the midst of his reinvention. Yeah, bro. He sang like a motherfucking canary, boy. He was all the way up and through there with the word. I mean, he dropped. I mean, they might as well just go ahead and make the TV special out of this shit, cause this ain't nothing but what's that shit on what channel that is? Spike. They got some shit where they talk about all the different gangs. They talked about BMF and shit on there, and they talked about the Crips in LA and some of the Bloods in New York. What's that shit called? Is it called Gang Life? I don't know. Anyway, they might as well make an episode out of this with the shit he's saying right now, because he about to give y'all a whole motherfucking rope of story. That's all for that story right now. On to the next story in today's Nerd News Update. We got the iPhone 11 has just dropped recently, and as usual, fans are going gaga ape shit over it. It's got a whole host of brand new features. You know what I'm saying? It's coming in a bunch of different colors that I don't recall seeing before, but who the fuck knows? I'm not an iPhone guy, but they all look real cool and shit. It's got a new dual camera system. You know what I'm saying? You can take your photos from wide to ultra wide. A redesigned interface uses the new ultra wide camera to show you what's happening outside the frame and lets you recapture it. Shoot and edit videos as easily as you do photos. It's the world's most popular camera, now with a whole new perspective. It got a 12 megapixel wide. The new wide sensor has 100% focus pixels for up to 3 times faster autofocus in low light, and the 12 megapixel ultra wide, which is capturing 4 times more scene. It's great for landscapes, travel, groups, and large interiors and action shots. Now, I'm sure everybody knows, it's got this whole triple camera system on the souped up version and shit. You know what I'm saying? But the shoot and edit highest quality video in a smartphone. Of course they updated the videos and shit. So the iPhone 11 shoots beautifully sharp 4K video at 60 frames per second across all its cameras. The ultra-wide camera captures 4 times more scenes. Bitch, you said that already. Look, I'm reading it off the Apple website and shit because, they put it so eloquently. But yeah, so, they got the, all this fancy shit. And, as soon as the iPhone drops, Apple likes to drop a bunch of other shit so you can know they about to update all your iPad shit and your Mac shit. Because I do the show on the MacBook, so I'm pretty sure I'm about to get a brand new little something that makes, my computer feel like it's more superior than everybody else's shit, which it probably is. It's a MacBook, bro. You already know. Liquid Retina LCD, True Tone, tap or raise to awake. Your phone is ready in an instant. Haptic touch. Do all kinds of essential shit faster with contextual menus and shortcuts. I'm gonna start just reading product websites in nigga language and shit, cause it's just so much motherfucking funny. All day motherfucking battery, bitch. Hardware, software work together. Get the most out your battery. And thanks to a fast ass charging capability, you can recharge in less time. And compare that with the iPhone 11 Pro, bitch. And a chip that's all pro. So you could just do all kinds of shit. All kinds of cool shit. You already know that the iPhone already gonna be ahead of the game every time. I ain't gonna take that away from them, but I'm Android to the end, bro. I don't see no need for me to get, you know what I'm saying, No iPhone. I mean, their iPhone 11 Pro do look cool as hell with them motherfucking 3 cameras and shit. But I don't got the kind of money to throw away this, because I can see why a motherfucker would sit there and play on their fucking phone all day. If I had an iPhone like that, I probably would do that shit too. You know what I'm saying? But no, that was just a little update on Apple. That was the iPhone 11 just dropped. Apple's about to start popping again. So if you got Apple stock, you know what I'm saying, get ready to be happy for a second to try to sell this shit before all the commotion gets out of the way. On to the next story of today's Nerd News Update. As we all know from the last episode of last season of Urban Nerd Weekly, Purdue Pharma had to agree to a settlement somewhere in the ballpark of $10 to $20 billion, and essentially taking responsibility for getting the country and the rest of the world hooked on its drugs and shit, because it's a drug dealer. That's what the fuck they do. So as of that, OxyContin maker Purdue, as according to Reuters.com, files for bankruptcy protection in an article by Mike Spector. OxyContin maker Purdue Pharma LP filed for bankruptcy protection Sunday night, succumbing to pressure from more than 2,600 lawsuits alleging the company helped fuel the deadly U.S. opioid epidemic. Purdue's board met Sunday evening to approve the long-expected bankruptcy filing, which the company is pursuing to restructure under terms of a proposal to settle the widespread litigation. Purdue, which filed for Chapter 11 protection in the federal bankruptcy court in White Plains, New York, reached a tentative deal to resolve lawsuits with 24 states and 5 U.S. territories, as well as lead lawyers from more than 2,000 cities, counties, and other plaintiffs, the company said. 24 states remain opposed or uncommitted to the proposed settlement, setting the stage for continued contentious legal battles over who bears responsibility for a public health crisis that has claimed the lives of nearly 400,000 people between 1999 and 2017. According to the latest U.S. data, thousands of cities and counties, along with every state, have sued Purdue, and in some cases, in controlling Sackler family. It's controlling family, the Sackler family. The lawsuit seeking billions of dollars in damages claimed the company and family aggressively marketed prescription painkillers while misleading doctors and patients about their addiction and overdose risks. Purdue and Sackler have denied all allegations. Opposing states, including Massachusetts, New York, and Connecticut, want the Sacklers to guarantee more of their own money will go towards the settlement and have questioned Purdue's calculations valuing the overall deal at more than $10 billion. The Sacklers, who would cede control of Purdue in the proposed settlement, have offered $3 billion in cash and an additional $1.5 billion or more through the eventual sale of another company they own, called the Monday Pharma. According to the company and people familiar with the terms, the Sacklers have declined to revise their offer. This is the fork in the road. There is only 2 ways to go from here, said Purdue chairman Steve Miller in an interview with Reuters. Miller said Purdue plans to argue to opposing states that fighting the proposed settlement will likely result in protracted litigation, increasing legal fees, and depleting the value that could be steered in the U.S. committees reeling from opioid abuse. He described bankruptcy proceedings as the best hope for finalizing and implementing a global resolution to this litigation. In a statement, members of the Sackler family controlling the Purdue Damn, I keep getting tongue-tied with this shit. In a statement, members of the Sackler family controlling Purdue said they hope that those opposing the current settlement's offer would eventually change their minds. It is our hope that the bankruptcy reorganization process that is now underway will end our ownership of Purdue and ensure its assets are dedicated for the public benefit, the family said. The outcome of Purdue's attempted bankruptcy reorganization and settlement negotiations will help determine how much money U.S. committees receive from the company and the Sacklers to address harm from opioids. A reorganization and settlement will ultimately need to be approved by a U.S. bankruptcy judge. So, basically what's going on is they got sued for so much money, they said, okay, ain't no way in the fuck we could pay that much money right now. So we're going to have to reach we're going to have to work out some kind of deal. So we're going to file for bankruptcy. We don't own this shit no more. Fuck it. Y'all can have it. And they was out. Before we get into the last episode of today's Nerd News Update and bringing Miss Nano Kitty Cat in the studio, who you can find at Instagram nano_kitty_cat. But first, a word from our sponsors. Our first sponsor for today's episode is Creative Customs. If you guys are looking for some real cool shit that you could wear, like swag bag, like t-shirt, I'm talking anything like bags, t-shirts, shorts, pants, shirts, all kinds of shit. You can customize whatever you want. I'm talking about Louis, Gucci, like name brands, everything for the super duper motherfucker low. Y'all go on Instagram and y'all hit up Creative Customs, bro. I'm talking about they got everything for the cheapski, bro. Make sure y'all hit that up. And as well as if you are in the Helen, Georgia or Alpharetta, Georgia area and you you hungry for some ice cream, make sure y'all hit up Mr. Freeze Cream. They got one location in Helen, Georgia, and they also have a location inside of My Stir Fry in Alpharetta. So make sure you guys hit that up if you're feeling like you want some vegan, gluten-free or vegan, frozen treats, something healthy that you can still enjoy. And trust me, it's been spaceship tested and approved. It is delicious. But back to today's Nerd News Update. All right, gang. So we finally got Miss Nano Kitty Cat in the studio. Say hello to the people.
Greetings.
How you guys doing? So we finally got her in the studio. She was late, so was I, so it's cool. But
don't judge us.
So the next thing we're gonna talk about today, of course, like I've been waiting on all day, is the storming of, or the quote unquote storming of Area 51.
They can't stop all of us, motherfucker.
They can't. They don't. They don't pay government employees enough to motivate them to either. Also, I've heard they don't get paid what we think. They get benefits and shit, but government employees don't get paid. My mom's too disgruntled for them to be getting paid that well.
What kind of benefits?
Health. Like, all that shit it costs us hella money to get, they get it, because the government needs their drones to keep working and they don't want them to die, but they don't want them to live.
So they get fucked that type of way. Got it.
Yeah.
It's not that type of friends with benefits.
Yeah, they're like, they're like porch niggas and house niggas. They don't treat them like field niggas. But yeah, so on Friday, upcoming Friday, September the 20th, which is exactly 1 week after Friday the 13th, which I don't know about y'all. I stayed the fuck in the house that day. I didn't want to do nothing. I just tried to stay prayed up in the house in safety, and I hope that the fat person upstairs wasn't going to cave in my ceiling and fall on top of me while I napped in my bed. But that's irrelevant. September 20th, this Friday, is the quote-unquote supposed day that Area 51 is supposed to be, invaded or stormed or whatever the fuck people are calling it now.
They freeing my peoples.
It started off as a joke. We talked about this before on the show. We had a whole episode named Nerdy of 51 on towards the tail end of last season. And shout out for everybody who's been riding for the last 3 seasons. Appreciate y'all for tuning in for the season 4 premiere. Got the gang on deck. Got a lot of guest speakers this season and such, but that's speech for another time. Anyway, when we were talking about Area 51, so yeah, we talked about it on season 3, and so since then, the internet has been turning this shit up even more. So the guy who started this shit apparently didn't even know this is gonna be a thing, according to Miss Kitty.
Yeah, I heard that he had no idea that it was going to turn into a big thing, because he started it out as some type of joke, and you know how people joke about shit like, hey, go fuck that cat or some shit, Yeah. Yeah,
Go fuck that cat.
And some people are saying it and getting arrested. These 2 guys, a Dutch YouTuber and his friend, were arrested and jailed when they tried to get near Area 51. 2 Dutch friends say that they wanted a good look in the mysterious Area 51 before leaving the U.S., but they ended up in Nevada jail instead. So, yeah, I don't think they got too far.
Yeah, and then not to mention, they got put in jail in Nevada. They're gonna get raped. That's what's gonna... Oh, they're young. They're 20, 21. And they're foreign. Yep. They're finna be They're about to be someone's twin girlfriends, and then some other person is gonna be like, I don't give a damn if they was twin sisters.
Two Dutch friends, they're playing double Dutch with their assholes together. Then
they're going. I guess that's why they call it going Dutch.
I guess so.
Oh, what is a Dutch? Wait, I fucked that up. It's something nasty that starts with the word Dutch. I just fucked that whole joke.
I think I know what you're talking about.
That's sad. It's sad. We've been on the internet
entirely too long.
Apparently, there's a live countdown for the raid of Area 51, and as of this exact moment of this recording, it happens in 1 day, 8 hours, and 16 minutes. I got it right on the 16-minute mark. How the fuck? Because they got the seconds too, and it's 54, 50. But when I said it, it was exactly 16 minutes. So
proud of you.
I know, like nobody's ever there for the cool shit.
You have a witness today, right. And the audience.
Yeah, and over 400,000 Facebook users have like pledged to attend this alleged storming and raid of Area 51. Cause I don't know if people like really want to find alien shit, or if people are just trying to storm this motherfucker. You know, just for the clout. Like I want to be able to be on my phone, taking selfies. In Area 51 with the government, like surely, and then that's when people are so stupid, because this is how you help identify yourself: is take a picture with this phone that the government can get into.
Most definitely.
Use and run it through their NSA database that they pretend doesn't exist anymore, with all your quote unquote blacked out files and shit.
So here's a message for all of you who wants to storm Area 51. If you want to, don't do so over your phone. Leave your phone in the freezer and get the hell on, so nobody knows where you are. They just think you're in the freezer.
Right.
Have a good night, everybody.
Right, or at least don't be one of the idiots that fucking got on Facebook and RSVP'd for this shit, so they can know where you work at, who you're fucking, where you go to school, where you used to go to school, if you got kids, where do you live at, where your friends live. Like, they're gonna find you if you sign up for it, dummy. Like, that's just the opposite of what smart people call intelligence.
And that's how you match with your FBI agent on Tinder.
However, with that being said, if you so still to choose to raid Area 51 on Friday, September the 20th, and you don't give a fuck about these laws and these...
You don't give a damn.
You don't give a fuck. Hey! If you don't, though, and you're gonna take your phone anyway, go ahead and just, like, you know, you can tag Urban Nerd Weekly and some of this shit, and we can help you spread the word, bro. The podcast is growing daily, man. The last episode of season 3 got 100 plays in like a couple of days, man. We really moving up in the world.
Boom, boy.
All I'm saying is just let us know what you're doing, and we can help. Like, since you gonna be there, you know what I'm saying? Like, in every spy movie, they always got nerds in the lab, back at the house with the inventions and shit. We can be that for you. Help spread the word about the shenanigans that you find in Area 51. That way, in case they try to, you know, the government tries to kidnap you and, you know, like, impregnate you with some alien semen or something like that, at least we'll have the last known time that you was normal, you know? We can track that shit.
You're alien brethren, aren't you?
Right. If someone loves you, they can find you. They will find you from the videos that we repost after you post it. So yeah, I think in a younger me definitely would probably be down for this storming of Area 51 shit. But as it happens, I just signed my lease a couple of months ago, and it's a 13-month lease, so I can't even fuck up one time. I can't be taking them kind of risks in life. I just started driving. If you haven't seen the Scrub No More video on YouTube explaining why. But yeah, so I can't do the Area 51 shit. At least not this year, because I feel like this is gonna be one of those things that every year around this time people are gonna like make that joke again, and then every year people are gonna be like trying to do that shit, and it's never gonna get done because it's perpetuated by a bunch of lazy internet stoners.
I feel like this is like the millennial 9/11. Never forget.
Right.
20th.
Right. Instead of never forget, always prepare. Like, what the fuck? Y'all gonna get ready every year to not go do it, and then the one person that does it, y'all gonna shit on them the whole rest of the year if you know somebody that actually tried to storm this Area 51 shit.
I mean, we shit on everybody on the internet, so what's the difference?
I mean, that is very true. The internet has remained undefeated. Not even the mightiest of trolls will win against the internet itself.
You see what they did to Donald Trump, and that's a big ass troll.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Lil Nas X had to just go ahead and tell y'all he was gay before the internet decided to try to use that shit against him. And what's another troll? Oh yeah, not even the mighty Soldier Boy could survive the powerful wave of hatred that the internet could develop if you so try to go up against it and win it. Like, there's no man left unscathed. Even Kanye had to take time off to recoup. And it's Kanye. We talking about somebody who could look Donald Trump in the face and we be like, wait, which one of those is crazier? True. Like, even in the formulation of that joke, I stopped and thought about it. I was like, damn, which one of them is crazy?
Like, that's the question.
Like, Kanye's running for president, supposedly in 2020. I don't know if that... See, here's the thing. When Donald Trump started running, we all thought it was a joke.
We thought Kanye was going to run for real when he said it.
I mean, he said he was running in 2020. 2020's next year. All I'm saying is, if y'all gonna let Donald Trump win, it's kind of only fair if y'all let Kanye win too, you know?
True.
I mean, Kanye for president for 4 years, really? I mean, think about it. Deep down in your heart, can Kanye West for president for 4 years, honest to God, be worse than Donald Trump for 4 years?
I'd rather take my chances with Cthulhu for president.
Right. I mean, at least if Kanye's president, everybody has fucking shoes.
I wonder if D's Nuts is going to be running again, because I remember seeing a commercial saying, a little advertisement saying that it was something called D's Nuts.
D's Nuts did run.
President.
You know what? Kanye should just sponsor D's Nuts. And then when he wins, he can have D's Nuts in the air, because air Yeezys. And then towards the end of his presidency, he can have Yeezy's nuts, because you know he's been in office for a minute. And that'll drive you crazy. So yeah, I think that should definitely happen.
That should definitely happen, because everything you just said was fucking hilarious.
And you know the internet, how the internet works. They'll take it and run with it, and it'll be true.
Like these nuts.
Like these nuts. I hope they don't take my nuts and run with them, because somebody's gotta die. If I'm missing my nuts.
I don't have nuts, I have chesticles, but
well, if anybody ever tries to take your chesticles, you kill them where they stand, no kitty. You kill them where the fuck they stand.
Oh, was I not supposed to do that anyway?
Well,
before they tried to...
you gotta get provoked first. You can't just be...
I'm always provoked.
Spilling blood in the streets and shit. That's just, you gotta be provoked. You can't, because then you're a real... there's a difference between a crazy person that the public can have sympathy for versus just a maniac, and you need public sympathy if you're a crazy person, because that's the only way the courts appeal. That's the difference between a straight jacket and being butt fucked in jail.
Got it.
Yeah. So
put everybody in jail in a straight jacket.
I mean, they still do that in the crazy house too, but it's a lot harder to fuck somebody in a straight jacket. I'm pretty sure.
That would be some kinky shit.
I mean, if it was consensual and you were into butt fucking, yeah, that's probably something you should set up for this weekend before it gets too cold. You know what I mean? But I don't like jail or butt fucking. Nor do I don't like being contained. Like, I don't like being able to not move when I wanna. I don't like that shit. I can't.
Sleep paralysis set in.
Yeah. So, on to today's next segment. We got a mobile game spotlight today, presented by Miss Nano Kitty Cat today. The name of the game is called Slither, and it is a mobile game.
Right. I know a lot of you might have heard of it.
And if you haven't, you will today, bitch.
So listen up, motherfuckers. I'm gonna tell you about this motherfucking game that I'm stuck playing. Alright, bruh?
Stuck playing games or so. I watched her play this game for like 5 minutes one time, and I was already.
It was more than 5 minutes.
See, that's how stuck I was in watching this shit. So, Miss NERDkashi is gonna give y'all a little explanation, of the game and where you can get it at after she tells you.
Alright. So, this here game, Slither.io, when it comes up, you can customize your name. You can put Daddy Big Balls if you want to. If you want to put Kill Me Bitch, you can put whatever you want. Or if you want to put Wormy Worm or whatever idiotic dumbass name you want to do, then go ahead. I can't stop you because you're over there and I'm over here, and you don't want these problems. So anyway,
no smoke.
Exactly. So it has two different things. You can play online or you can play against AI. See, I'm a broke bitch that ain't got internet like that, so I play on AI because that shit's speedier. You get to customize your worm. You can make it look like it's gay, fruity, happy, sad, or whatever the fuck color you want to put it as, because you get to customize the color too. They have that new update where you can, so yeah, go fuck yourself with it.
Just be real careful when you show your worm to a girl, fellas, because they might fuck around and ask you some crazy shit like, why is it so dark?
And why is it so little when you start out? So in the game, they have these little light things that you have to eat. You're going around munching on them, and as soon as you get big enough, you can start doing what those cheating people do online and wrap people up and make them run into your body, and you die. So run into your body, meaning like if you've ever played that mobile game Snake, it's kind of like that, but like multiplayer, and you can run into yourself.
That's Snake. That's that OG mobile game, and like back in the Nokia Metro PCS days. So if you was born after
you
like
gotta tap numbers a bunch of times,
right, just to text and shit. So yeah, if you was born after like 2001 or some shit, then ask your older brother or your mom and dad about Snake. Oh my god,
maybe you should just like tune out, because I'm pretty sure you're not old enough for this type of shit, bruh.
I mean, they kind of are. I be talking about
fuck
Fortnite.
Them.
As soon as I started talking about Fortnite, and then
it's Fortnite,
and then Tekashi, the kids love Tekashi.
Yeah, they're retarded. That's what's wrong with them.
Yeah, man. They love when people do anything for clout. That's how fucked up we are. We watch people destroy themselves for our entertainment.
Yeah, I destroyed myself by singing that song earlier.
Not as much as she probably got destroyed while they were making that song.
Oh, goodness. In the arms of an angel. Anyway, so back to this Slither.io. I'm playing the game here in studio as we speak. And these worms are getting reckless. Like, there's a function where you can speed up on them, but when you speed, you end up dropping the little pellets that you collect, and like your
it shits lights.
Lower. Yes, it shits rainbow lights. And if you got a problem with it, then get out.
6ix9ine.
He about to get that in prison.
No.
Why they call you Tekashi 6ix9ine? That's what you like to do. Get on this dick, boy. Show me what that mouth do.
First off, you already know they finna do shit like fuck up his name. Like, what's up, Teriyaki 6ix9ine?
Nah, they gonna probably fuck with him over his rainbow hair.
I think the internet has already let off all the jokes they could about that rainbow hair in the whole year before he went to jail.
But these are prisoners.
I mean, yeah.
Do they really get to see the internet as much?
Yeah, according to most of the people I know in jail, they actually get to. If you have a job, people in jail get to kind of hang out on the internet more than you do. Oddly enough, so.
Quit calling me broke.
What the fuck? You got a job though. All right, but anyway, so what systems is this available on?
Apple Store, I believe, and the Android Store, the Google Play. Also with it, if you get one of these snakes to run into your body, they die and you get to eat their light. So yeah, you get to eat them out. You can get it on multiple platforms, so just look it up. Slither.io. I think it's available on PC as well.
Awesome. So, shout out to that game. And if you guys end up checking out Slither.io on your chosen platform, make sure you guys drop a comment either on the Urban Nerd Weekly Facebook or Instagram page, or you could drop one right in the comment section of whatever platform that you listen to the podcast on. So yeah, man, like I said, I've watched her play this game. This shit is super duper motherfucking addictive. Alright guys, so that is all we have for today's episode of Urban Nerd Weekly. Thanks for tuning in to the premiere season 4 with us, you guys. We had a great time nerding out. We're glad you tuned in. We had Miss Nano Kitty. Did you enjoy today's episode, ma'am?
Fuck yeah.
And that's awesome. Appreciate you guys for listening once again. We'll see you guys next episode. And one last big shout out to today's sponsors, Creative Customs. You are awesome. Thank you for helping us out with the merch. Merch coming very soon on spacewashere.com. We'll be letting you guys know more about that on episode 2 next week. Y'all have a great week, man. We love you. My name is Space Was Here, and this is
Ms. Nano Kitty.
We were here, but now we're